It's called Coffee and Tree, and we don't have any weed for you or coffee.
I mean, I was just riding with Rich, so I was smoking, so I got a little bit of that.
So he did give you some tree.
I had a little coffee earlier.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, not yet. But he's bringing some in here.
I got brown coke.
That's what's up.
It's snuff.
That's what's up.
It's so you're with all of the you're with Twisted and everybody, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you explain that to people that might not be familiar with kind of what would you describe it as, horrorcore or?
I mean, everybody, yeah, it's a little bit of horrorcore, wicked music, maybe.
Yeah.
Gangster rap is more mine, my slide of it. So it's like maybe wicked gangster. That's why I'm Blaze your dead homie, because I'm everybody homie, but I'm also happen to be dead. That's kind of what it is.
It's so crazy too. I was thinking about this just a couple minutes ago. I feel like I'm watching the world end right now.
Right? Okay.
Follow me on this one. And I feel like the pop star people, I feel like those guys are the actual devil worshipers. And I don't know if you guys are the actual devil worshipers, man. That's kind of where I'm at with things.
I hope not, man. I hope you might be right, but I hope that's not the case. But man, you may be right. You may be on something, because my father would be he'd be upset if he was like, bro, if you're bringing the end apocalypse upon us and you are the cause of this, you're bringing us down to the devil.
Yeah.
My father would be the first one to be like, hell no.
Why?
Hell no. He'd be in front of that because he'd been in church his entire life.
Yeah.
And still to this day, he gives every week and he goes every week. And I was brought up till I was like 18. And the same thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of made my path at that point. But what I feel like I said, when I started in this, it was always to, first and foremost, to entertain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To entertain people. But, you know what I mean? To live exactly as I'm actually this dead guy. I think my father would be the first one to be like, blasphemous, sir. Yeah. Sir.
And he'd be right for it, right? It's just
right,
yo,
right.
man.
He know. And as I know, I mean, this is I chose this because I love what I do. I like to entertain, and it's just I just happen to look this way when I do this.
Yeah, and I think what I always admired about y'all is in a world where everything, I don't think we have a ton of subcultures. I don't think we got a lot of subcultures like post-internet. There's really not a ton of fucking subcultures.
No. They kind of killed that because it's too easy to, become one thing at one point and then it falls away and then you're something else at the next point and you're not really grasping on to one thing anymore. You're just kind of built onto whatever they're trying to push to you. Yeah. I guess is kind of what it is.
I mean, look at with the Crocs.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wears fucking Crocs, man. I don't know. I feel like we're getting
little dude got a pair.
See,
yeah,
thank
like
you, man.
Bart Simpson and every one of the Simpsons on there.
Yeah, it's like every type of person, you could hood person, preppy person, yuppie. Everybody's got fucking Crocs. There's no that's what Nike Cortez was what Cholos would wear back in the day.
Yeah,
what I mean? Don't say that, but that type of shit, we don't have that. You're here. We don't.
I was gonna bust it on there. There you go. I'm gonna bust this table up.
Well, so what's your fan base like?
Man, I'm telling you, we got all ages, man. I got it stretches very far and wide, from very young, because I see people now bringing their kids to their shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To just old folks too that bring in people, and just anywhere in between is basically what it is. Yeah. What's up, man? I'm telling you, that's how you got to do it. You got to keep going for everybody. And that's what I'm trying to do is keep going for the next generation of them kids, too. You know what I'm saying? Still staying relevant, but doing different music even and pushing new shit. Yeah, my next shit is a little different. I try to, each one I try to build, do better than the last one because I don't want to stay the exact same. And, I also don't want to, rest on whatever you're doing. Try to come new with some new shit.
How do you see yourself? How have you grown since you started?
Man, I'm telling you, I think that I changed as an artist because I'm more like I try to write a little more. So, I mean, that actually fucks you up too, because then you get writer's block, which I never knew was, what I mean, a thing.
Take me through that.
It's like you'll start writing into some stuff, and then you'll get these lulls where you're like, I'm not feeling shit. And sometimes that's like other music that gives you that shit. You know, you'll hear something else, and you're like, this is just such garbage. Like, I can't believe this is what's going on right now. And, that's just like, really? This is how it is? And then you're like, all right, let me take a break from this.
Right.
Then you start, I'm telling you, then you get them things, that itch, and I'm right back into it. Now I got to get back on it. And then you're back in there. But I don't write the same as I used to write. It's all like in digital now. It's like I'm typing, and you know what I mean? So it's different. So I'm in there typing on either iPad or my phone or something like that. It's changed to where I used to be sitting there writing, and I remember writing and rewriting, because that's always been my forte. Like, I'll start something, and whatever you hear from me is usually not the first thing that I've done. You know what I mean? It'll be like the third or fourth write that I went in there and was like, oh, wait a minute, and cut that line and change this. I like this better, So it's like that's just how it's always been. So when it came to that, it seemed easier to do that. Right. But now you don't even see that anymore. You don't see like the pad I used to have, or the different pads I would have with all types of shit crossed out, and the full on what you're really writing in there.
That's interesting.
Wow.
It's like when I wrote my book. I didn't write anything long. There was some of the stories I pulled from that I did journal, but everything was like typed in. And for me, it's interesting because I'm a bit dyslexic, so it helps with the copy and pasting things, because I'd always put things backwards.
It's funny you say that. Same shit for me. I started wearing glasses when I was like in 5th grade, because that's what they said. You're dyslexic, because I kept going in there. I'm reading. You reread the same line 3 times. Yep. You're like, oh, well, you got to figure out a spacer thing. That don't work if you fucking are going back to the beginning of the sentence. You know what I mean? And losing your place, and that's basically what it was.
I got
a different shit, man.
So here's my theory. I believe that there's innate knowledge that's passed down from generation to generation. Like, you got knowledge in you from fucking 10,000 years ago, you know what I mean? From your ancestors. And for me, if you go look at the way writing was, originally it was right to left, not left to right. So my theory, so I can feel special about myself, is that you and I innately know the way to read.
We are it's not word. It's that E40. Y'all ain't listening. I'm just y'all too slow. It's the same shit. I ain't rapping too fast. Y'all just listening too slow. That's the E40 said. My bad. My bad. 40 water. Didn't mean to misquote you on that. But that's what he said. That's the same thing. It's like, maybe we've always been reading it right. And
well, I mean, look at this. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Like everything, all these natural cycles, and then all of a sudden we're like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna go that way. Fuck the Hebrew and all that ancient Sanskrit.
We'll just change everything, do it our way. I mean, we do that all the time anyway. That's
but like sometimes I feel like now that I'm watching all this weirdo shit happen, I do believe, like, I don't want to be a doomsday fucker, but man, ever since they made us sit down in the house for 3 fucking years, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's a lot of weird, different things happening. I mean, shit, like I told you, I take time to craft my stuff, and I feel like in that time, I was still taking time to craft shit, because it was like, now you're stuck with your mind and your thoughts, and you ain't, doing. I loved getting back on the road. So the minute they were like, oh, it's open, let's go, I was out there. Like, second they said, oh, you got time to go, I was there, trying to be back on tour, because there's something about being out in front of people and fans. And we tried one of those things, like doing at home, live at home, where you're just sitting at your house and you watch, and we're on, like me and you are right now, and I'm doing my thing. And so, you want to fuck with the young beta bull, dad man, and it's Blaze in here doing the shit. And it wasn't the same because I'm sitting out there looking for them people that feed me energy when I'm on stage, and I feel like, oh, I can jump a little more. I'm gonna give a little more. I'm gonna fall over on this month because that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna push myself that much more, and and that's what that you feed off the energy of the crowd. And I mean, I'm blessed for them to be there, and that's the reason why I'm even blessed to do what I do right now.
But let's go back to that because. There is such thing as energy. There is. We do have. Every person has spirit, right? And there's when you're explaining that to me, you know what I was saying? I was like, there's nothing more pathetic than you fucking rapping into. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Like, yo, bro, that hurt my heart.
Oh
that
my
shit,
God,
man.
bro.
Like
it's and we were doing it, and it was lights and camera action. Everything looks okay, but it does not feel the same.
Yes,
because you're sitting there, like you said, for years. Everybody's doing you like they want to see you, so I will feed you something and give you what I can. But it's definitely not what I can give you because I know
it's like condom sex.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like
it is.
We
need to take it off.
Yeah.
We can get the baby and then get going and then pow, pow, pow.
Yes,
right.
And, but they're like, yo, what? I mean, I swear to God, like, not to get all, like, my shit used to not work with condom. My dick is like, man, really, dog? Get this shit the fuck off me, man. Get it off me, man. And that's how it was like, it was almost like everybody agreed in the world to be like, oh no, like Zooms are just like us being face to face.
Oh man,
come on. Us rapping like this is just like a real concert.
It's so different and terrible because you could just put any old screen behind you now and just be sitting there and you just.
Yeah, library
you got the
big
sun
as hell.
I'm on the beach right now. No, you ain't. Everybody got. Look, so am I. Now I'm on the beach.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the beach. They all got that same stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's wild as hell, man. It's crazy. It is not the same because, you definitely can't. There is no energy, like you said. And I bet it's wild as hell for people that are like working from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people that have been used to working from home. Then there's people that ain't never worked from home before, and now they're at home, and now they're behind that camera, and they're sitting there like. Yeah. And then this is going on behind the entire time until it's all over, and then their thing's over, and now they're back on this. Okay, I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. And there are, I'm sure, a small amount of people that want to do that, but there's a lot of people that jobs do need that, but there's people that don't need to be there because, like I said, you lose that energy. You don't know what's going on in the fucking thing. You're seeing it. You see it everywhere.
Men need to go outside, bro.
Oh, come on.
Men need to go
That's
outside.
why they say touch grass. They tell everybody now it's a new thing. Go touch grass. Like, get out there and touch some grass. Do something, man. Get out there and do some shit. There's a lot of shit going on out there. Man, I try to stay out there, man. Yeah. Now, I'm close to more of like a farm area, so I'm outside more often than not. Because like, it ain't shit to do in this motherfucker. Like, I got to go out. Yeah. Your internet barely working, so I got to get my ass out here and do this shit.
You out in the country now?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What's that like for you?
Man, I'm telling you, it was.
What time you wake up at?
It was a culture shock when I originally started.
Where you from?
I'm from Mount Clemens.
So that's like east side.
So east side, northeast, little northeast. Yeah. So I'm from there originally, and I got him with Twisted probably in '93, and 7 Mile area. I was down there around 92, 93 area. Okay. And then ever since then. Probably, just basically with them and with all the way through Psychopathic era, and then.
So you were there for like the falling out with ICP and all that
everything.
Stuff. What happened? Like you gotta excuse me, I'm dumb.
Too much weird. I mean, in my opinion, it was like we were growing and just trying to move on and do our own thing, and there was just too many restrictions in that.
With ICP?
I mean? Yeah, with just a label and with them in general because they. In general, it's their label, you know what I mean? Right. So you're kind of under their banner and their stuff. Yeah. That's just my opinion. Right. Because that's how I felt when I was there. I felt a little restricted in what I could do and what I shouldn't do.
Like give me an example of something where you was like, oh, I got this idea, and they're like, no, sit down. Like, no.
I mean, it's either that you're telling your ideas and your ideas aren't being used for you.
Yeah. Are they taking them and using them for other people?
Yeah. I mean, it's, it might be. And, there's things that are happening that are close to that. And there's things that are being said that you are now being privy to that you might not have heard before that are, that are in your ear that you are hearing from the horse's mouth.
But I don't
about other people that you're like, maybe this if they can do that to them, then maybe they are doing this to me too.
All right,
so maybe it's my turn to just work on my own. And that's kind of what I had. I'm telling you, they already had feelings about this, and we had our own feelings. And I was like, let me just
stop you. Let me just stop you because you just said a lot to me.
But I'm not speaking for anybody else.
I know.
I'm speaking for me.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
So, for real, because I don't know anybody else's situation.
But hold up, man, because that was a lot of ifs and this. So let me just repeat it back to you. So you were put in a situation where you're hearing some of your bosses say some stuff about other people, and you're like, "Dang, man, they
could do somebody like this."
Oh, that's pretty flat. Yeah, that's pretty grimy.
I mean, shelving people's units, shelving your product. That's where I'm at, and I heard
and that's fucking with a man's money.
And
his
if
art.
you can do that, then that to me is like you're basically fucking with a man's livelihood, his career, his life, his way of making what he want to do. And and that's what I'm saying. To me, that is the end. Yeah. No. So I'm like. It's time to move on.
How long did it take you to leave after you were seeing stuff like that?
Shit, probably months.
Bro.
But I had to figure out ways to get out of this thing too, I know, man. Like I'm under contracts and shit.
Like you don't ever see that though.
My dude's done talked and said a lot of dumb shit in general. So it's like, in my opinion, I'm under contracts at the time, and so was everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was too.
Yeah.
And it's like, but he's not respecting, and he has never done that. And that's kind of how it is. So it's like I don't really care so much about that because, like I said, I feel like I told you, it's always been, it's always been a more, I don't want to be bitter about anything. I just want to move on and do what I do best, and that's make music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And make music for the people that want to hear it.
All right.
And that's why I kind of just have, like I said, just told my story and continue to do me. You know
I gotta tell you something.
And that's kind of what it is.
I gotta tell you something though, bro, because it's like, especially in rap, rap is grimy, man.
It is. It's been that way.
It's always. But let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought, bro.
Let's do this.
Yeah. But and so like, what you like? How many times you see it where you see, oh man, he's fucking him over, but he ain't gonna get me. Oh, he's fucking him over, but he ain't gonna get me. And they always. Like, Diddy butt fucked everybody, man. You know what I mean?
Well, from what everybody's saying, allegedly.
So it's like for you to fucking be gone in a couple months. That's pretty unrappish. That's all I got to say.
You have figure out your way to move, and you make your moves when it's time to move. And it was like at that point I already had for me, it's the way they set it off. They set things in motion on their own for me, and that's what really happened. It was like he gave me an out, and I took the out as soon as it was free. So yeah, it was a couple months, and I was on tour with ABK. We're doing drive by, and this is a moment. Like I said, this is part of some of the reasons. Like. Control shit. Like, they didn't want us to do these tours. Like, they didn't want that tour to happen. And it was like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Like, we need to eat too. We need to work. So we're trying to work, and we went out and did this tour, and I'm out there, and it was probably 2 days before the last day of the tour, and he went on Twitter or X at the time, and he told everybody that I was off the label because Twisted had left the label, and he said that I was off the label in effect because I was leaving with them. I did not know this at the time, but that was 100%. Where it's like, okay, well, if he said I'm gone, then I'm gone. So I was like, hey, I'm off the label, so I'm gonna continue doing music for me, and for y'all, and for everybody else. And now, you see me again. It won't be too long. And sure enough, it was. I continue to just move on, bro. It's like he left me more so than I left them. You know what I mean? So it is, But I was ready to go the moment I heard these things being talked about. So yeah.
How long ago was this?
Shit, that was back in 2011.
So it's been
like it's a long time, bro. I've been gone 2012, something like that.
So it's been and that's like BC. That's like before COVID and after. Like everything's changed, man.
Well before, man. It's like we continued, like I said, and then after that, it was like we all continued to do business together because it wasn't like on those terms of like, hey, I don't want to fuck with you ever again because we continue to work together because it's always been that. Like I I didn't really hate anybody, and I still don't hate these people. I was just ready to move on and work.
So what?
You know what I'm saying?
Their,
That's really what it ends up being. Right now, it's just it's very weird.
What was their contention, that you guys were like cannibalizing their tour by you touring or something like that?
No, just had nothing to do with it. Just they didn't think there was a need for it, I guess, or didn't think we should tour. Sounds like
a dictatorship.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, you said it, and I'm out of it. Yeah. I moved on, and I work when I work, and I do what I do, and I love to do what I do.
Tell me about the country, man. Like,
I'm telling you, I used to live by horses when I moved. Horses, cows, everything. The cows moved out, so I ain't got no cows no more.
Bro.
But I'm corn, soybean.
Hey, man.
Crazy shit, bro.
I went to see my cousin.
People on 4-wheelers riding around, hunting across the street. That's awesome. Fucking AK-47s just across the way. This dude they let it loose. And my dogs, I got dogs up the ass, so, a bunch of these motherfuckers running around all over the place.
What kind of dogs?
I got 2 pit bulls and a Doberman. And then I'll throw, every now and again, I'll bring over 2 other ones that I have to.
Man, them dogs, I was born in the 70s. Wow. Those used to scare the shit out of me as a child, man.
Mine's nuts. She's crazy. And my son named her, so her name's Karen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Swear to God.
It's like you was asking for it, man.
And she's nuts. She'll go around and get crazy and start, she'll bark the shit out of you. But then after you're in, she's real skittish. But then after you're in, you're next to her and you're hanging out with her for a minute, then she's like, okay.
Was she like a rescue or something?
Sort of. It's not really. She was bred. It's
really?
Like we got them. Yeah, they got them from a breeder. It's like a family member, and they were just a little older to take care of, so she had to be out on the chain for a little while, a couple of weeks, and it was enough to where, she's like, I'm with y'all now, and I live here.
Yeah, just me.
I'm gonna bark at everything that moves.
Wow.
But once you guys say it's cool and come in, then I'll be all right. And wow, nuts,
bruh. That's something else. It made me think of my I knew these people who was renting a house behind some Michigan militia people, and they had fucking crazy dogs like that too, man. Like I didn't even want to go. I wouldn't even go visit them, man.
Nah, man, my dogs don't come out too often like that. I got a fenced-in area. It looks compoundish, so a little bit, but it don't. Yeah, it ain't like that. I keep it for everybody else's safety, I think, like you said. More so. Like, you don't want to come in here. You don't want to come in here.
Nah, just stay out here. The thing is like I think there's a place. The shit that drives me crazy is when like I live in a subdivision or something. And it's like by me moving here, I agree that I'm paying the homeowner or some shit.
All the bullshit. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, yo, bro. So I can't do that. Because I would be like telling all my neighbors, fuck you. But like, that's why I like the country, man. You go out there and just fucking wild out, do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm saying everybody around us everybody does what they want to do. I got probably 4 neighbors.
You probably don't see them that often either, do you?
I see one mostly. Yep. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, my homie, he's up there. Bruh, he's up there, and he was like, he sees maybe he'll see him once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Like.
I say you live in the right places. That's exactly how it was. When I first moved in there, he just moved probably a couple years before that.
Did you get up early and like do country shit, like, I don't know, bale hay or something?
Hell no.
Like, go down a fucking fishing hole or something?
Nah, for sure. No, there are motherfuckers out there doing that, but I ain't got none of that shit. Nah, I ain't even like that. I ain't got the Rick Ross shit.
You just like the freedom.
And no, that's it, for real. Yeah, just like the freedom of the area where I'm at, shit like that. There are people, like I said, around the neighborhood. You can go get all that shit. You can get them farm-raised eggs, all that. Yeah.
Bro, that's awesome, man.
All that crazy shit. You can get that honey. You get all,
Dog, I'm
everything around there. But it also takes me 20-some minutes, 30 minutes to get to the store. You got to go anywhere. You got to go grocery shopping. You got to go get shit. You got to roll.
I mean, but like, I like that. You know what, though? Like, that makes you have to plan, and then that makes you have to think.
That's basically how it always is, but it's like, it reminds me of how it used to be, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was a little bit. But when I grew up, I got brothers and sisters galore. You know what I mean? I came from a big-ass family, so we probably could have had our own. I had 8. I'm one of 8.
Oh yeah, your
So,
dad.
yeah.
Your dad believed in God.
I told you
He believed in God. He didn't believe in pulling out.
Bro. Catholic, baby. Catholic.
Bong, bong.
Yeah.
Bong, bong.
I'm telling you, yeah, they continue.
Was you Polish or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think no. I'm French.
Yeah.
I'm French,
I'm trying to-
Polish,
yeah.
Irish. I got a whole bunch of weird shit. I did one of them things to see. Yeah, I got a lot of weird.
Yeah, dude.
German.
Go ahead, man.
A little bit of everything, bro.
Got that
Crazy
whole-
shit. Yeah.
Well, you tall as shit.
I'm the tallest on my
Are you?
side. Yeah, tallest of the family. Yep.
I know he's got. We gave him the baby
You're
chair.
out of the shot. Look, that's
see,
how
look.
tall he is.
Hey.
There I am.
Nothing will get you going like a doob. Do I say doobie anymore? Or is that,
They
did I
say
just
doob. They
did,
say
I, did I just date myself? Hey kids, you want to smoke some drugs? Well, we don't. This is marijuana, not drugs, huh? Because it's legal now with Luxury Loud. That's what.
Cutting out, y'all. I mean, yeah.
He's
6'5",
like
6'4",
Yamaya tribe, or he
yeah,
one of
you
them.
know,
He one of them
know.
Yamayas or whatever. They was eating. You guys ate. Your ancestors ate cheese first.
Oh, I'm telling you, I had a couple.
It was
I had
the
a-
first
I had a
motherfuckers
couple
that ate-
uncles coming in, hitting their heads on the doors, like door frame style. Like a couple uncles when I was coming up. So
Was that
I
like a
was-
big
I was-
family? What'd your dad do?
It was wild. He worked for like General Electric.
Okay.
And then which turned to like Carboy, some weird shit like
Yeah.
that. Worked there his whole entire life, so he did this shit all the time. But it wasn't always perfect. You know, you had my mom's working at some point too when all the kids were old enough.
Right.
But yeah, everybody. I'm telling you, by the time my oldest sister had her daughter, my youngest sister was born. Like,
Wait, hold up. So
my
let me-
mom and her were almost pregnant at the same time.
Blaze,
So
let me
we're
ask you
close
this,
like
bro.
that. Wow.
Like, I contend, this is my contention, that you probably are better at being in a relationship and with a wife than other people because you got to see that from your
Oh, I
folks.
seen it. Yeah, it's crazy as hell. You're right. Like I see my parents were together the whole time. They rock matching afros.
Get outta
Man,
here,
I'm telling
bro.
you, I swear to God, I got pictures of this shit. Yeah, we was wild. I'm wearing the Lions today. I got pictures from when I was like 8 years old, rocking the Lions with my whole family. Like I got my parent.
Are you married now?
Yes, yeah.
See, that's
Yep.
awesome, man.
Been there for a little. Yeah.
How long?
Yep. About 10, 11 years.
What a
around there.
blessing,
Yeah,
man. I think
something
that's
like that,
rad.
maybe.
I'm always telling people to have
I try to
kids.
stay, man. I just try to stay. I got a kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, I went the other way around because I had such a big family.
Right.
That I was like, I wanted a little, I want to spread some
want
love
some-
on one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And spread it all to one because it was completely different. Like I do remember times when it was tough, man. They hand me down city and all this different shit. And we're all
What order are
rocking
you?
together to get this. I'm like the middle of 8, which isn't really a middle. I was like the 5th.
Right.
So yeah, I'm like, yo.
We had another lady on here, Sherry, who had like 12 brothers and sisters. Did you have to learn how to do politicking and shit like that because of all of
I mean, yeah, because that's what it is. They tell you this shit in psychology, and I didn't realize this shit until, I took a couple of classes back when I was in this era, just out of fucking high school, into college where I was, like I said, I was doing this, but I was not doing this yet. Like I wanted to do this. So
Well,
it's
look
like,
at-
let me
look at
learn
this.
this.
Look-
But I'm
yo,
telling you,
oh,
I
yeah.
went in there and they tell you
What'd they
shit
tell
like
you?
the first child syndrome, they get all the fucking love and the treatment from the fucking parents. Both parents have to teach that child, right? Then the next
But then they got to
one,
take care of everybody
well, I'm
too,
saying,
though,
but
man.
then the next one gets to learn from the first child and a little bit from the mother, whoever's working more, the father, whoever's working. Then they tell you the middle child gets this thing where they got to diffuse fights, just like you're saying. Every time I'm either worry about this person or this person down here. Then the baby got the baby child, so now you're the baby of the family, so they get all the love and attention again as the fucking first child. So it is kind of like that. It does seem a little like that in some aspects.
Well, Blaze,
and some of us feel like we were doing this,
Look at you.
diffusing and having fun.
Here's the deal: like you and I are talking right now, and you're addressing the whole room, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's how
saying?
I do.
Like, because it's like you're
You got
politicking,
to, man.
mode.
You got to. That's what you do.
But I bet you the baby doesn't, and I bet you
No,
I bet you
no, because everybody has.
That's
That's the
what I
difference.
mean.
though.
Everybody.
Yep.
So you had to figure out, okay, I got to work with him, work with him, work with him, work with him. I got to work up, and I got to work that way, and it's everywhere.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I don't feel it like I don't see like that, but you're right, 100%. Yeah.
How many?
I see it now. You're saying it, but you're right. That's
Beezy,
what it is. It's crazy.
He's addressed you more than anybody. Like he boomed to the boom to the boom to the boom. Like you'd be a good politician or something.
Damn, that's what, hey, Blaze for president, they said? That's what he's talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I need to give everybody in the room attention.
I mean,
Exactly.
you
I
know,
haven't looked at her fucking once.
I'm telling you, that's what you're supposed to, I just, hey, I was brought up like that. I guess that's what it is, man.
Yeah,
You're
but
trying to
I
do
think-
that the whole time, man.
Yo,
for
it's
real.
like we are. It's kind of crazy, like how we're expected everybody to be the same, and like fucking family members aren't the same.
It's
like
the truth.
everybody
It's the
fucking rocks
truth.
differently, man.
Yeah, yeah.
My
You
s-
got to learn that, and everybody does. I did with every one of them, man, for real.
So I was like, I'm younger than my sister, and we came from a pretty violent home. And I was doing acid one time with her, and it just hit me like I was like, she's never got to be a kid, you know. She always was like looking out for me, man.
Right.
That shit's making me tear up. Like this, we're a
But,
year
hey,
apart, you know.
But that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You start realizing that type of shit. Like I said, I seen things the same type of shit. Like me and my brothers didn't really click so much growing up. Like we had completely different styles. Like my older brother was older than me. He's 5 years older. My younger brother's like 4 years younger. So it's like I was in the middle of this shit. So I'm like, I was always the one that they would look at like, whoa, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's happening? You ain't doing nothing. Until I got older and we started, it took like, for me and my older brother, it took like me and him to get into a fist fight. Like 5 years after he moved out, he came back. Now I'm a big dude and he's a couple of inches smaller than me. Yeah. And we had to get into a fist fight and then we smoked a joint. Yeah. And it was on, now we're like cool as hell. We've always been this way since then. And my younger brother, it's never been like that, except for we've had it more out talking style. But I realize it's the same shit like what we're talking about now. They are two different people. Everybody is different. And some of that sign shit has a little bit of stuff that matters. Like, I'm a Taurus.
So you're a homebody.
I'm a bull, bro.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn. I move when they move me. I do all that shit.
Yeah.
I do. And so is my younger brother.
And what's
He's the same.
What's your
my
older
brother is, I think, is more Scorpio.
Okay.
So it's like we get along, and then we don't get along.
Right,
you know what I mean? If we don't get along, it's like a fucking real thing for for a little bit, but then we're right back on and we're cool again. Yeah. And it's crazy as fuck how that shit works.
There's something else I'm guessing if your brother's 5 years older than you and you're a 70s baby, I'm guessing that he was into like metal and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
because
that's where I started for me. I started hearing Ozzy, Black Sabbath, all this. You know what I mean? This is where the paint and stuff and some of that shit first started for me. The Wicked and the Crazy, that shit started for me there. Because, he's a child of that, like Kiss. He was running around when Kiss was, Knights in Satan's Service. I told you my family's extra Catholics. They're like, holy shit. Some of them people that they knew believe that shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
They were out there really believing that. Like, holy shit, they're the devil. Not to know that every fucking song's about his love gun and he's fucking somebody. And that's what Gene's trying to get after. But yeah, it's crazy as hell.
I had to interview that guy, Gene Simmons.
That's wild as
Man,
hell.
he was a fucking slimy dude, bro. Just a fucking scummy fucking guy. I'm like, oh. It was like you could ask him anything and he wasn't gonna answer. He just had his own like canned answer that he would give you and shit.
Right. That's crazy as hell.
Gene Simmons. Well, it looks like if you look at what's happened in the world now, all those religious people might be right about it because they doing weird things to everybody.
Oh shit.
Well, I don't know, man.
Stay away from that shit, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, it just seems to me like, yo, all this shit, I was like, I thought it was just nothing. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I look at the sky, I'm like, just the end times clouds, man. Them
Wait a minute, bro. The colors.
Fake ass clouds, man. I drove out here like, man, them fake ass government clouds, man.
I didn't know it was supposed to be purple.
Yeah,
like,
man,
shit.
these motherfuckers out here. Yeah, bro, for real, man. Yo, at first I kept taking pictures and I was like, wait, hold on, man. Every fucking cloud's a photo op lately, man.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
I'm telling you, it's getting around. Look at that shit. They're all coming up.
That's crazy that you say that because my daughter, she sees like because we are in Detroit, so she sees all the factories. She's like, look, mom, they're making fake clouds right now. Look at all these fake ass clouds.
Oh, I'm telling you.
And it's so funny because she loves Black Sabbath. So
Yep,
I'm
there you
like,
go.
her saying that, just like she knows, she's alert.
There it is.
Well,
I'm telling you.
from the mouths of babes, that's
they know,
children.
man. They know some shit we don't be knowing. That's what it is.
yeah.
Be on it. They be on it.
Yeah, they do.
Ozzy.
But it's like I remember like the older kids in my neighborhood. It was like rap came. Rap came when I was a little kid, so they was not fucking with that shit,
And
man.
100%. That's
They were
exactly
like,
what was
they were like,
happening.
what is this shit, bro?
That's
Like,
a
nah,
lot.
man.
Man, I'm telling you, it's so different than, there's times of music and stuff that I didn't listen to coming up because I was brought up in that same thing, what you're talking about, like the rap head thing where it was like, oh, rap, it took over and that's the first thing I was on, so I was listening to everything that was rap. And if it wasn't rap, then I wasn't listening to it pretty much. It was like I missed Pantera. I missed a couple of different bands that were like that I was like, holy shit, I went back now and listened to them was like, damn, I missed some shit. But yeah, at the time it was like, I felt, am I betraying my shit, what I'm listening to, which was what it
really
was.
like
That's how it really was, right?
No, there was
That's
lines in the sand, bro. There was like lines in the
and you
sand.
were on one side or the other. And now it's not like that at all. It's not even close to like that. And it's been kind of, breaking down for years, obviously.
Well,
I think them doing the fucking walk this way and, that's where they try to start it with Run DMC and Aerosmith and shit. But yeah, it's like they have gone, Ice-T doing shit. Yeah. It's wild, man.
And that goes back to like what I was saying earlier, how everybody has Crocs. Like I kind of like division. I kind of like motherfucker. Like even back in the day, they would test you like, hey, if you're wearing some shit, you better know about
right.
That
you gotta
shit,
know
bro.
exactly. Yeah.
You can't be perping out here.
This
man.
is true. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly how it is. That's what's different nowadays. It's not like that no more.
Well, that's because
whatever.
But like. Because the bar has been lowered so low for everyone across the board that being fake is acceptable.
This is true.
It's like, what I find to be interesting though is like, why would you wear some shit on your body that you don't know shit about? You know what I mean? Like you're like it's their symbols are important. Like this Night Moves. I fuck with Seeger. Fuck with Prince with that little purple.
right.
Like I fuck with these motherfuckers. Like I'm wearing
Who
this.
don't fuck with Seeger or Prince?
Yeah, I'm wearing this for a fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put some shit on my body that I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So what does that tell you about a person now? Like who would like would you wear some shit you don't know shit about?
No, I don't. I really don't. I mean, if anything that is for me that I know some about or I'm rocking some that, it's like, you see what I'm rocking today. It's like, this is a Lions jersey, but this is my number and it's my name on the back.
Yeah, bro.
A personalized shit. And I'm rocking it because today was the preseason game. It's tonight. So I'm like, it's my shit. And I rock with the Lions. Like I said, I've been rocking with them since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And, parts of that, like even my songs, I'll throw Raiders in there and shit because that's what it was like when I was a kid.
Right.
When the fucking Bad Boys became the Raiders
of
basketball. And everybody knows. I mean, we know, and that's where it was. So it's like I did rock the Raiders shit when it was them times because I was a Pistons fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was an NWA fan first and foremost. So it was like anything they're rocking. Oh, they got the Kings on. I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna get a Raiders hat. I'm gonna get that. Okay.
What when you do the makeup, do you feel yourself like going into a character, or do you feel like you're the same dude with or without the makeup?
I feel like I'm the same person. And I do say I feel like maybe, like I said, I feed off energy. So if somebody's giving me some more, I'm gonna get further into shit and doing shit. But I have done maybe one or two performances without it. But mostly, it's mostly what I do when I'm performing.
Does your wife get mad at you and like, you're acting like Blaze right now? Quit being, you're so fucking Blazy right now.
No, that's next level. No, but she don't like, she knows. It's funny as hell. She knows, I guess she knows me more than anybody else. She knows that I'm Blaze is Chris. Because I mean, like a lot of people have said weird shit. Or people tell me all the time, like maybe you could create another page or something and do it as your normal self. And it's like, first, I can't do that because too many people are trying to pretend to be me. I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of fucking weirdos on the internet right now that are still doing this shit.
Wait, hold up, wait.
They are pretending to be Blaze. They're out there all the time, and they use my real name, and they go on there and they try to catfish people as Blaze.
So do they?
I don't know if they're using my voice. Or they might be doing whatever. I've seen some of these. I've had people that have actually sent me, a bunch of people telling me this is what they do, this is what they send, this is what they're going on.
So wait.
They're usually going after ladies on my pages, which is interesting.
I'm trying to, all right, so do do they make up an account with just like, hey, this is my face?
Yeah, they take any picture of me from a picture I've had. Yeah. And, you know, if you really look into it, you go back far enough and dig into the stuff, you'll see that it's somebody else, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or somebody when the account was created. And I try to tell people multiple times when I go and do lives or anything, hey, man, like, I only have one account. This is me. You know, I'm Blaze Your Dead Homie on Facebook. I'm Blaze Your Dead 1 on Instagram and, you know, stuff like so.
I'll go be like, I don't need any, I don't want any gift cards from y'all.
Yeah, I tell nobody. That's what I tell them. I don't want no money. I'm never looking for money from nobody. No, I'm not asking you for anything. If I'm asking you for services because I'm rendering you services by giving you some music for you to listen to and popping your motherfucking ears. That's what I'm doing. And, you know, hopefully performing for you too. And that's kind of what I do. So I said, I'm not looking for that. And that's basically, you know, within the first conversations, that's what them people are usually doing. But he has tricked a few different people where they're sending me stuff like, hey, what are you doing to me? And it's like, that's not me. Like, bro, that's not me. I'm not, you got the wrong dude. you know how I got, I'm telling you, you got to watch out and be careful. But it's like, there's nothing I can do. And in part of the case, because like I said, I don't have a Facebook under that. And even if you do have one under your personal name, that doesn't assure that they're going to take anything down. Bruh. Facebook don't want to take that down. And every time I'm like, oh, that's somebody pretending to be me, they're like, well, who says that that's you or not you? It's crazy as hell.
That's how I got a check. I got my check mark because some motherfucker.
I got check marks and it don't matter. These people are crazy.
Well, he had some girl like pull up at a place and never showed up.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the same. They're getting the same shit's happening to you. That's what's happening to me, bro.
She's sending titty pictures and shit like that.
Terrible, yeah.
And it was just like, there's one, bro. You want to hear a fucking crazy one? This one girl. My man was like, he was getting catfished by this thick Russian girl, and the way I knew is because I had fucked her back in it. I'm like, that's not her, man. Like that's not her. Like he was getting catfished by a girl who I knew. Like,
right.
Like I've seen that before.
Damn.
Like the person that tried to. Like,
she was using these pic. Oh no, it was a girl. Now I think about it, it was some lesbian shit. This girl was getting. She was probably getting catfished by a dude that was saying he was a girl using pictures of a girl that I knew. It's like it just goes and goes and goes.
They don't know. They don't care. I'm telling you, they're mixing it up, doing all types of crazy shit. I seen one. The first one I actually seen, because my old lady. He went in there. He was sending her stuff, so she actually seen what it was. Went into his page, befriended the dude for a second. Checked it out, scrolled down to his pictures, and the first one, it was first it tells you like he's an American he's from Rapperville somewhere in America. It's like, American rapper. That's his job. It's hilarious. And then you go through that, and then like it goes down, and she scrolls down, and it's a Nigerian guy. Nigerian picture from Nigeria. Man. It says that's where he's from originally. He says it on his first picture. It's like I'm not, and I've never been. Sadly, I don't know. I don't have anything against anything from Nigeria. I'd love to go there.
Man, that's kind of like this is where I'm like, women shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't vote.
They gotta they gotta take the time and read and scroll is what I think is the problem right now. Just go back and scroll and read because nothing's going on wrong here. Wait, man, I told you I have 5 sisters. Sisters. You can't. I can't say that women can't vote.
No, they can, but they shouldn't. Man, if somebody from Nigeria is able to wreak havoc on motherfucking in America,
I'm telling you,
stop it.
It is very and on that level, bro. They're in my level. They're in your level. They're in every level of this game. They're just on all of our levels just continuously. I'm in this shit, and it don't matter who it is. They're out there trying to really, and I said it's catfishing for money mostly and weird stuff like that.
It's fucking
pictures, stupid shit that you're like,
you're basically
why would I
agreeing with
need
me.
that shit?
Like, you're agreeing with me.
Man, what the fuck? Wow.
We're in agreement. He's agreeing with me.
Said you're agreeing with me.
You're agreeing with me, man. Like, so
wow.
Do you got? What did you? They said it's almost done. So, is there anything I should have asked you?
Shit, what else? I told you I'm doing new music. That's it, man. I'm working on a brand new record. It's called Dead Serious. That's it.
What's your writing ritual?
I'm in a video with Monoxide. It's called Smoke Train. It's all about weed smoking. We're at a weed place right now. We smoke weed. Luxury Loud.
Loud.
I have this T-shirt at home somewhere. I was here. long time ago.
Yeah.
Before they opened this place.
What'd you want to do before you decided you were going to be a rapper? What was your earliest
sports,
when you were a kid?
I was playing sports. Like I was in high school. I was
what about when
playing
you were
football.
like 5?
I fucked up my leg. Oh man, I'm telling you, it was always just something crazy, something like that. Because my earliest shit was being like at my grandma's house and seeing pianos and organs everywhere, and being like, I want to learn to play that. And sadly, I never learned those, but I figured that wasn't for me. It was like using my voice was what I was, called to do. So I started I was in choirs and shit like that, and I would try to, whatever I could do to try to build that shit and learn. And so I learned, like I said, my first experiences was choir and shit like that. My brother playing the drums and him having bands and me trying to sing to that.
Yeah.
And then trying to going from there. I had a friend that it's funny you said Bob Seger. My buddy's dad used to fill in for them every now and again.
Wow.
Way back in the day, he lived down the street from me, like 4 or 5 houses down. They had a full-on studio in the basement, so he would play the drums. His dad was the drummer. He played the drums. My buddy's name's Ricky Henninger. I'll never forget. He fucking was playing the drums all the time, and he'd have me over there, and that's all. Oh, I didn't know how to do nothing else. There's a mic. I grabbed the mic, start singing. So that's what we did,
that's awesome.
like as kids. And it was like, it's like, so I wanted to do something like this. I just never knew if it was going to be, am I going to be a rapping? That's just what, like I said, as soon as I drew that line and I became that, that's where I fell, and that's where I landed, and now I'm there. And it's like, so there is times where I try to, they'll pull that shit out of me, like Monoxide will ask me to sing a line here, or Madrox will ask me to sing a line here, and I'll do shit like that. Oh, I can't. Come on. You want me to do? What are we supposed to be doing? What song?
Man.
Give me something.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Canada, our home and native land. I used to be able to go up, though, with this shit. I know that only from watching hockey my entire life.
I was about to say, this
my entire life.
Yeah.
I even went over there and sang it for them.
For
Beautiful
real?
people in Canada. I love you, Canada. Yep. Whenever I go over there, I'm like, if I'm doing a solo show or something, or doing a couple little tour by myself, I throw it on there. Hey, I got to break it down for y'all to let y'all know that I know this shit, man. I'm
a fucking hockey fan.
fuck yeah, man.
Canadian people are like some of the most nicest.
They are. They're
and
cool
the women
as hell,
are the most
man.
craziest.
They're fucking wild. They're wild. Their weed ain't what weed is here, though. They ain't got no weed like we got here yet. Y'all got to work on that. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, thanks, Canada.
Yeah. Thanks you, Canada.
Thanks, Blaze.
Thank you, Jude.
Thank Visa.
Thank you, B.
We got Veronica's having a boy, and her son has a giant penis.
Damn. They already started it? They got the pictures and everything?
Yeah, man.
Holy
I
shit.
thought it was a joke penis. Can you cut to that? Or is that just for your family to see your child's giant member? Like, I was like, yo, you got to teach him how to be gentle, because he's going to be, that's a big complaint. Just bang, bang, bang. You got to ease it on in.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to get that C-section now. So.
Yeah. She's going to need a C-section for his dick. She's going to be fucking, it's going to be so. What a blessing.
That's wild as shit.
All right, farewell.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got to start, yeah. And if you want more of Jude, go on my Patreon. There it is. I got to plug my Patreon.